Glad you're streaming with us. It's another blow to Trump's deportation efforts. A federal judge ruling that Trump cannot deport migrants to countries that they're not from without a chance to challenge it in court. This happened, or this is all tied to a class action lawsuit by plaintiffs who are non-citizens and have final orders of removal. Immigration reporter Armando Garcia joining me now to talk more about this. So Armando, Trump has defied court orders before, as we know. I mean, the judge that told him to turn that plane around that was headed to El Salvador with migrants on there, Trump didn't listen. Those migrants went right to that giant prison.
And just today, the administration announced a new round of alleged gang members were sent to El Salvador as well. So, look, we don't know if that defies the temporary restraining order that's in place right now, but what we do know is that this is an administration that is really pushing the boundaries of what is legally doable and possible when it comes to deportation. They've been able to execute on some of their immigration priorities through executive orders rather than congressional approval, but they've been faced with lawsuits every step of the way.
So we're learning new information now on how the Department of Homeland Security classifies Tren de Aragua and those gang members. What more can you tell us? What are you learning?
Well, in a court filing over the weekend, the ACLU submitted a document that they believe ICE uses to classify certain migrants as Tren de Aragua members and prepare them for removal under the Alien Enemies Act. Look, this is, again, something that has been faced with several lawsuits, this classification of people as TDA members. This is essentially a checklist that uses a points-based system that assigns certain points to certain kinds of evidence. For example, having a gang-affiliated tattoo. But under this criteria, Kira, if somebody is exchanging a text message with a known TDA member or is pictured with a known TDA member, that could be grounds for removal under the Alien Enemies Act. The ACLU says that this is just a really not a legally and a constitutional method to portray somebody as a gang member and release them or remove them out of the country, but DHS has not responded to comments.
Well, what happens now to those migrants who've been deported to countries that are not their homeland?
Again, we don't know if they would have been protected by this temporary restraining order, but what we do know is that anybody who has been sent to El Salvador up until now has been essentially impossible to reach. Lawyers, family members have been unable to reach their loved ones, their clients, and this is what some of the critics of the Trump administration say that they're doing on purpose. They're essentially overloading, they say, an already overwhelmed system to make it more chaotic, to make it more difficult for attorneys to reach some of their clients, and also it makes it almost impossible to challenge a removal once you're already out of the country. It's almost out of the question. So, Kira, we're going to have to wait to see how these new round of deportations to El Salvador shake out.
All right, Armando, thank you.